If Mesut Ozil ever finds himself thinking about the final few months of his Arsenal career and wondering where it all went wrong for him under Mikel Arteta, he would do well to seek out footage of Martin Odegaard playing in his number 10 position during the few months he was on loan at Arsenal. Ozil will recognize the many qualities of the player in his old position. When Arsenal have the ball, he will see an artistic left-footed playmaker who plays with the same grace and vision as he did for many years at the Emirates Stadium. But then, if he were to watch very closely, he would also see what changes when possession is lost. Martin Odegaard may be an artist like Ozil, but he can also be an animal. Throughout his time at Arsenal, the Norwegian responded to each turnover by transforming himself from playmaker into midfield enforcer, charging down players in breathless pursuit of the ball. In recent hours, it's been reported that Arsenal are close to signing Martin Odegaard on a permanent deal, after the Norwegian was unable to convince Carlo Ancelotti during preseason at Real Madrid. It is believed that Odegaard could be signed in time to play against Chelsea this weekend, after Arsenal reached an agreement with Real Madrid to bring the playmaker back to the Emirates Stadium on a permanent basis. Arsenal will pay an initial fee of around £30 million for the 22-year-old, who spent the second half of last season on loan at the club and quickly became one of Mikel Arteta's key attacking players. So, with this in mind, why has Odegaard always been Arsenal's number one priority? What does the midfielder bring to the side? And will he be able to transform Arsenal into the side that Mikel Arteta envisions? First and foremost, it is important to note that throughout the second half of last season, Arteta was adamant that he wanted Martin Odegaard to return to North London on a permanent basis. Although it was initially feared that Real Madrid would not be willing to sell the Norwegian midfielder, whom they first signed at the age of 16, the Spanish side have softened their stance and agreed to finally let Odegaard go. Odegaard's arrival at Arsenal will give Arteta more options in the attacking midfield area, and should allow the Spaniard to build on the club's promising end to the previous season. Odegaard and Emil Smith-Rowe will be the primary candidates for the number 10 position, although they showed last year that they can also play alongside each other, with Smith-Rowe operating from the left side of midfield. The move for Odegaard is the latest significant step towards rebuilding the Arsenal squad by focusing on younger players with potential to improve and develop. The 22-year-old will join Ben White, Albert Sambi Lokonga, and Nuno Tavares as the signings of this summer, with the club also looking to complete a deal for Sheffield United goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. Ultimately, the sale of Joe Willock to Newcastle United for a fee of around £22 million provided the crucial funds Arsenal needed to get the Odegaard deal over the line. During his short stint at Arsenal, Odegaard showed promise and played a key role in Arsenal's strong finish to last season. It has often been said in recent years that the traditional number 10 role is extinct, rendered irrelevant by the popularity of aggressive, high-pressing football. Odegaard, however, is showing that to be utter nonsense. There is still space for a number 10 in modern football, which he is in possession, but only if that number 10 works like the rest of the side when the ball is lost. Ultimately, this is how Odegaard separates himself from a player like Mesut Ozil. It feels fitting that Odegaard, a YouTube sensation as a teenager, is providing such a fine example of how to play this classic role in a modern way. At 22, he has the hunger and the legs to lead the press for Arsenal, as well as the leadership abilities and confidence to tell his more senior teammates where to run and when to do so. Another important thing to note was that during his short time at Arsenal, the Norwegian appeared to get more and more comfortable after each game. He adapted seamlessly to the Premier League, showing a willingness to play his part on and off the pitch. It will not have gone unnoticed internally, for example, that he has already done more post-match interviews in Arsenal colours than Mesut Ozil did in all his years at the club. These are little things, but they matter to people at the club, and they also matter to fans. True leaders never shy away from adversity, and adversity is what playing for Arsenal Football Club is at the moment. A captain of the Norwegian national team at the age of 22, there is no doubt that Odegaard is both the player and leader that Arsenal made so desperately need. When looking at the bigger picture, Bukayo Saka is 19, Smith Rowe is 20, Lokonga is 21, Odegaard 22, White 23, and Tierney 24. There is an energy to be found in youth, and crucially, a willingness to devote time and patience to the cause. For all his obvious footballing talent, it is Odegaard's appetite for work that was so eye-catching in his first stint at Arsenal. Even if it was only for a few months, Arsenal fans can now be very happy that the 22-year-old is back again, this time on a permanent basis. All in all, it's been a very tough start to the season for Arsenal, and it could very well continue this way for the next year or so. If there's any positives to be found in the first week of Premier League action, the signing of Martin Odegaard is one of them. A quality player, a tenacious worker, and a devoted leader. He fits the bill for exactly what Arsenal Football Club may so desperately need.